For last couple of months, I was having this extreme issue of scrolling Instagram unhealthily. The thing is, after I realized that I was getting very much addicted to Instagram, it might be something else for you, but in this video, I'll be highlighting Instagram because that's my case. But in your case, it might be something else. It might be you are addicted to scrolling Twitter, Threads, or YouTube Shorts, let's say. First thing I did after I realized that I was extremely addicted in a very unhealthy way to Instagram, the first thing I did was uninstall my Instagram app from the phone. I didn't delete my account, I did nothing, I just uninstalled the app. In this video, you will learn the strategies that will help you to restrain yourself from any kind of unhealthy social media scrolling. So please keep watching the video. Let's first understand why we are addicted to social media and why is it harmful for us. Anna Lembke, who is a psychiatrist in the Stanford, was asked some questions on her book, which is Dopamine Nation. And she mentioned that dopamine is the chemical that actually gives us pleasure from our surroundings, even if it's from infinite scrolling. She also highlighted that easy access and speedy reward are two of them. Just as the hypodermic needle is the delivery mechanism for drugs like heroin, the smartphone is the modern-day hypodermic needle delivering digital dopamine for a wired generation. Now, the hypodermic needle is the one that delivers drugs to our vascular system. Same is true for smartphone. So it has some certain things like its bright colors, fancy figure, fancy apps. All of these things are quite attractive to us. And it delivers images to our visual cortex, which is quite impossible to resist. She also furthermore mentioned that dopamine is released from our brain when we connect with humans like us. And what's a better place than social media? These apps can cause a large amount of dopamine release from our brain, reward pathway all at once, which happens when people take heroin or alcohol kind of stuff. No doubt, this infinite scroll has also developed another kind of term which is known as learned helplessness. In psychology, this term goes as when a person has failed many times or multiple times, been unsuccessful in their life, they start thinking that no matter how much they try, they are gonna fail. Nothing's gonna change their fate and they are gonna fail. In 1967, there was a research done by Professor Seligman and Mayer. The experiment was done on several dogs, and it was like dogs were given electric shocks to see if they can resist the electric shocks or they even try to resist those. At the starting, it was seen that some dogs were trying to get out from it by pressing a lever so that they could resist the electric shock and run away through a barrier or crossing a barrier. But afterwards, it was seen that some dogs were suffering from anxiety because at first they were trying somehow to get away from the electric shock. But now they are not even trying to get away from the electric shock, nor they are even trying to press the lever because they know that if they press the lever, they can get out from the electric shock. But now they are not even trying that. They are sitting there, they are just taking the electric shock and they are feeling anxious because they have started feeling that no matter how much they try, they are not going to resist this electric shock. But it was later found out by Professor Mayer when he was doing a neuroscientific research that the dogs were not learned helplessness, but in case they have not learned how to control. So you might be thinking how this is specifically related. I mean, this psychological term, which is learned helplessness, is even related to resisting social media addiction. Well, it is. For example, let's imagine you're scrolling on Instagram and you are seeing reels where you could see fancy bedrooms, people living with their family, then lavish lifestyle, having jet, no financial issues, all those things, and you are seeing those videos or reels lying in your bed in your room with having academic pressures, no work-life balance, financial issues going on, and you start thinking, well, I'm good for nothing. These people are having everything in their life, which I'm seeing on the reels, which are not even real sometimes. And here I am having academic issues, having financial issues, feel like I'm stuck in a loop, and I'm good for nothing. So this is the thing that you develop after you watch those continuous reels, never-ending reels. So this is how you develop learned helplessness. But good news, there is opposite of learned helplessness, which is learned optimism, where you can control your negative thoughts and also cross them and grow yourself. So now as we have understand why it is harmful for our health, let's now understand how you can get rid of unhealthy social media scrolling. So let's get back to 2021. When I first read my not all time, but it will be one of my favorite productive book, which is Atomic Habits by James Clear. Even if I still go through all my notes that I have taken from that book, I always feel something new and positive. I told you at the first of this video that the first thing I did to get rid away from that unhealthy addiction of social media is I uninstalled my Instagram app without giving a second thought. Trust me, I won't tell you to completely get away from social media and don't use social media ever in your life. I won't tell you that. The thing is, come back in a different way. Come back in a controllable way where you can control social media, not let social media control you. That's the thing I want you to do. The thing why I'm telling you this is that don't permanently delete your account, that you're feeling like I will never get back to social media again. It's not going to happen, because if you're addicted to a thing and at the very first point you started thinking like I will never get back to that thing again, this is the last time I'm doing this, trust me, it's going to be very hard for you. Because as a human, we don't like doing difficult things at the very first point. We feel like it has to be a gradual process. I will develop this habit of doing a tough thing in a very slow process. Gradually, I will develop that. But at the very first point, when you start doing something very hard, then you will feel very negative, and never ever in your life you will feel like starting that thing again, because already you had that negative thought because you found it very difficult. And in future, if you start doing that thing again, you will remember the memory you had that, oh, I felt very difficult, I guess I will not do that thing again. So this is the thing you will develop. So I'm telling you, it's a gradual process. It will take time. For me, it took nearly more than 3 months to get rid away from unhealthy scrolling. So it might be more for you, or it might be like you will never feel like coming back to Instagram again. It might happen. As I have mentioned, the book Atomic Habits, written by James Clear, there might be some reason. I will tell you 4 strategies that are taken from that book. Those 4 points will help you to get rid of any kind of bad habit. The first one, the thing I did, uninstalling my app. So what I did over there, I want this app to be away from my eyesight. That's the thing I want. This is the thing that is mentioned in the book, which is make it disappear. So the first thing you have to do while you are building any kind of good habit or breaking any kind of bad habit, you have to make it disappear, or you have to make it appear in front of yourself if you're building a good habit. And if you're breaking that bad habit, you have to make that thing disappear that is actually ruining you. So I thought this has to be my first step. I will disappear that thing from my eyesight, and if I'm not seeing that app, I will not have that craving of scrolling it again and again. I guess you have felt this thing that if something is not in front of you for a very long time, you will not even start thinking about it because it's not in front of you. You will not get that craving of touching it or scrolling it or doing any kind of stuffs with it. So if it's not in front of you, you will not get remind of it. Next thing, what I did was I put my app store like away from my screen. So if you have a phone, obviously the first thing you see when you unlock your phone is the first home screen, and then if you gradually scroll by, you will see other apps coming up. So the thing I did was like I put my app store quite away from my first home screen so that I don't go to app store constantly and try to install my Instagram app. So the second point that James Clear mentioned in his book was make it difficult. So we human now, at least in this generation, we want everything easy to be happen. Okay, easy to scroll, easy to find out, easy to open an account. That's how we work. So the thing is, you have to make it the opposite. Make it difficult, then easier. So that's what I did. I put away my app store so that I don't feel like downloading anything other than important stuffs. As Instagram is not in front of me, app store is away from me, I will not get distracted by app store. I will not have this thought of downloading Instagram again. That's how it functions. So the third point is to make it unattractive. First of all, Instagram is not there. App Store is away from my first home screen. The third point is making it unattractive. Now, I have other apps on my phone. Facebook, Threads, Twitter. I do sometimes scroll them, but not in an unhealthy manner. But the Facebook thing, Facebook also has Reels these days, videos. Now, you might be thinking, I might be scrolling Facebook instead of Instagram. This point is over here. Unattractive. Facebook Reels are quite unattractive in my account because I usually don't use Facebook that much without posting or talking to my friends and other stuffs. Other than that, I don't have those fancy videos and musics coming up in my Facebook Reels or videos. It is quite unattractive for me. So yes, I did used to scroll Facebook, but for a very specific time. Because after 5 minutes of scrolling Facebook, I used to get bored because there were no fancy musics, no funny videos coming up. And I used to be like, I'm not feeling like scrolling it anymore. Let's get out of it. The things that I'm saying you is I'm highlighting Instagram over here, but it can be used in any other apps you want. It could be YouTube Shorts, anything. I mean, you don't have to uninstall YouTube, but make it unattractive. Make your YouTube unattractive. Try logging into a new YouTube account where you will not have like the histories, or try to scroll it in incognito mode. I don't know if you can scroll YouTube in incognito mode, but hey, you can use YouTube but still not get addicted to it. You have to find a way like that. You can actually, if you have a certain YouTube account where you watch videos, obviously YouTube will show you or suggest you videos on the basis of what you are already scrolling. So try using a new YouTube account where the videos are brand new and YouTube doesn't know anything about your history. In that case, it will become a bit more unattractive. The fourth point is to make it unsatisfying. Now, this point is actually important because I guess some of you might not understand how this thing will work, but try sharing your bad habits to people who actually care about you, or to people who will actually make fun of you. Let's say you are sharing this thing with your friend that, oh, I'm getting quite addicted to Instagram, I'm getting poor marks in my quizzes. Your friend might say, okay, I guess you should get away from this thing because this is bringing you less marks in your exams and this is not good for your academic career. So you will be like, oh my god, this is something really unsatisfying. This is not something I want to listen. This is not something I want to listen from my friend. You'll become angry on yourself. You get angry on yourself and you'll be like, I guess I should get away from this. So boom, you'll go and find a way. So that's how this thing works, making it unsatisfying, sharing your regrets or sharing your faults with someone, and on the basis of their comments you will feel like, oh, I guess I should stop doing this because that's how people will judge me. So I mean, you should not focus on people's thoughts about you, but hey, sometimes it works. Okay, it will save you from bad habits. So another important thing I want to mention is that I already told that in my case, this bad habit, like breaking this bad habit, took at least 3 months. Okay, but in your case it might take more, depending on how serious your case is. So it might take more, but don't lose hope. Don't just go and think like, oh, okay, Sidratul has told to install Instagram after 3 months, I guess I should do that. It depends on your progress. Okay, so how much you have progressed on breaking that bad habit. So the time I felt that I am no more that much attracted to Instagram Reels, I installed my Instagram, and now I'm posting on Instagram but not that much, and also not scrolling Instagram that much, very honest. So yeah, if you found this video useful, just make sure to share this video with other friends who are also going through the same problem, and also let me know in the comment below if you have already break that bad habit or you are intending to start one. So yes, all the best, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel because new videos will be coming inshallah very soon. Till then, take care. Assalamu alaikum.